We are too familiar with creepy basements. We all know the feeling you get when you turn the lights off before running up the stairs, praying nothing will grab your ankle before the last step. As children, we would dread trips to the cellar, the cold room, and that cramped, dusty-smelling spot under the stairs where we would have to retrieve the old box of Christmas decorations. No, creepy doesn't cut it. Words like disturbing, freakish, and hair-raisingly avoidable come to mind. For me, however, there is one shining diamond that stood out against the endlessly black cold, our newly renovated bathroom. This safe place held pleasantly contrasted the cracked cement floors, dusty, musty-smelling crawl spaces, and spiders the size of mice, whom you could find in every corner, and if you were lucky, crawling up your sock. I would descend a creaking staircase carpeted with short, mold-ridden shag and a stairway immune to daylight, scurry past a hole in the wall that seemed fit for a grabbing hand, and finally step into the serene safety of the bathroom. Here I would shower, morning after morning. Here I would be protected by a solid oak door, the only remaining piece of the old bathroom, and the only part of the basement that filled me with feeling other than unease. Naturally, this was the last piece to be taken out. This was one thing that was not like the others, and this one thing had to go, according to my parents anyways. For precise one day, one night, meaning one morning and one shower, which the trustworthy door would not serve as my protector. The door would be gone, and I would have to wait until the new door was whisked in. This one day I would hardly miss. The thought of this day will most likely be the reason why I decided to go to bed early or keep the light on while asleep, or more likely, don't sleep. I twist the knob, allowing my initial burst of frigid water to spit forth. A few seconds later, calming warmth follows. This shower is just like all the others, or so I tell myself. I step in and slide the frosted glass door shut. I peer through my warped, glassy objects on the other side, morphed into the entropy. With the other door on the bathroom removed, I can see into the laundry room, and I move side to side and look at 1,000 tiny creatures squirming around in the darkness, all of them knowing it is now time to strike. There's a certain feeling that engulfs one body when they suspect there is another presence among them, and one in which they would rather not alert the attention of. It's somewhat akin to the feeling of standing on freshly frozen pond, then you hear the ice crack. You don't move. You try not to breathe. Currently, this is me. I fully step into the falling stream of heat. I shiver as my body warms up, but wince as my frozen toes burn. I squirt some shampoo in my hair, work it into my hair. I wet my head under the water, and then turn back quickly to the door to make sure nothing has changed. Closing my eyes is inevitable. I shut them and stick my head under the water, rinsing fiercely so I can open them again. With just my four senses against my fears, I begin to panic. It is blissful current warmth changes to an icy blast. My back arches away from it, my mouth instinctively opens to let out a small gasp. I quickly turn and stick my hand out into the stream, half protecting myself, half waiting for the heat to return. I'm still waiting, still ice cold. I would have reached out and twisted the knob further left. I would have then waited and been rewarded with the return of heated water. This would all have happened if there were already a hand there. I immediately opened my eyes after what seemed like every muscle in my body trying to burst through my skin. Following this is the stinging, all the suds pulling in my eyes, sending bolts of lightning coursing through my face. I need to open my eyes, but I can't. There's a certain feeling one gets when they know they are in danger but deprived of their senses. It's a feeling you get when you wake up in the middle of the night from a strange noise and try to find the light switch. You slide your feet off the end of the bed, tiptoe towards the door in pitch blackness. Getting the lights one is your only thought. For some reason, the switch eludes you. Your hand frantically searches the walls, your heart beating into your eardrums as you turn into panic circles. Currently, this is me. This is all too much for my mind. I'm quivering as I shrink to the floor of the shower, that feeling of spiders crawling all over my body. As I wait for something to touch my wet, exposed skin. My eyes still burning. I cup some water in my hands from the running stream of ice. I splash into my eyes, doing the best to open them at the same time. I blink a couple times with my face pointing down. I muster all my courage to look at the knob. In the cold of the shower water, droplets fall and explode into mist off my head as I turn to see that the hand is gone. I feel some warm life come back to my body. I was almost convinced I had imagined the whole thing. I would have stood up and finished my shower in the confidence of a warm flow of water in my newly found senses. This all would have happened if a cold wind had not blown in and cooled the already frigid layer of moisture on my skin, sending a shiver through my spine and down my arms. I would have been reassured that the thing would just remember to close the sliding door.